Hi everyone. Today we are going to look at analyzing an investment portfolio. So we're going to have an example of what to do with the TI calculator. So you're going to need to have your Texas Instrument graphing calculator TI-83 Plus or TI-84. You're going to need to have that handy so that you can follow along with what we're doing. We're going to have a look at Diane's portfolio. It has three parts. She's got a $2,000 5-year investment. She's got a 5-year $1,000 investment, and she's got a $5,000 savings account that she's making monthly payments in. If you have three separate pieces like this, you're going to need to do three separate pieces in your question. So you're going to have to break this down and look at each of the investments separately before you can put them all together to analyze it. So let's have a look at the first investment. So we're going to create a table that's very much similar to what your graphing calculator will look like when you get to that screen. You've got a 5-year, so N is 5, $2,000, so my present value is negative 2,000. It's negative because it's coming out of my pocket. I'm paying $2,000 to start this investment. It earns 2.9% interest, compounded weekly. We want to know what the future value is, so that's going to be left blank for now. She's not making any payments in this particular investment, and the payments per year, we can just set that as 1 because there's nothing being put in as payments, so it doesn't really matter what number you put in here. These two values, PY and CY, do not have to be the same. Remember the negative here, you want it to be a positive in the future value because you want that money to come back to you and hopefully you'll get more money back than what you put in. So at this point, you go grab your calculator and you go to the financial application, which is under apps, 1, 1, and it should look like this. You've got a 5-year investment, 2.9%. Your present value is 2,000, negative 2,000. Your payments are 0. Your payments per year are 1. And your compounding periods is 52, and you can leave it on end. What you want to solve for is the future value. So you're going to move your cursor using the arrow keys. You move your cursor over that 0 beside FV. And you hit alpha, enter, which will solve it for you. So it says in 5 years' time, her investment will be worth $2,311.99. Make sure you're rounding properly. So you want 2 decimals for money, and look at the third one to see what happens to this one. So her future value for this particular investment is $23.11.99. And you notice it was a positive value, so that tells us that it was money that was coming back to her. So that's all we need to do for this investment. We found the future value, we're good to go. Her second investment is a 5-year again, $1,000 Canada Savings Bond, earning 5% compounded semi-annually. So 5-year, the present value is negative 1,000. Payments, not making any. It's earning 5% interest. Semi-annually is twice a year. And we're again looking for what the future value is. So you plug all those numbers into your calculator. So I've got 5 years already. Interest is also 5. Negative 1,000 for PV. Payment is nothing. Future value we'll figure out in a minute. Compounding is 2. Go back up, put my cursor over FV, alpha, enter to solve. 1280 decimal 08. The 4 is not going to change the 8, so it's 8 cents. So 1280 and 4 cents is the value for this one. And 8 cents, sorry, that was my fault. That's how much she has. So she put $1,000 in and she got almost $1,300 back. The last investment's a little more complicated. She's making a $5,000 savings account, so her present value is negative $5,000. That's what she put in at the beginning. It's earning 3.5% compounded monthly for the past 5 years, into which she's also been making monthly payments. So she's making monthly payments of $25, and those are monthly. So the negative again because it's money coming out of her pocket. This time to get N, it's going to be 5 years times 12, which is 60, because there's going to be 60 payments. So you go to your calculator and type all this stuff in. You can actually go 5 times 12 there, and it will fill it in for you. 3.5, negative 5,000, negative 25. Future value we'll figure out in a minute. 12 and 12. Cursor over future value. Alpha solve. 75.91 and 37 cents. So 75.91 and 37 cents is what the future value is for that portfolio. It should be significantly higher than what she put in at the beginning, the 5,000, because she's making some payments, so she's increasing the principal that's there. So we've looked at all 3 parts of this now, and the only thing left to do is analyze what we found. So the total value for her portfolio, we take the 3 numbers that we found in the first investment, the second investment, and the third investment, those 3 future values that we found, and we add them up. And when you add those up, you end up with $11,183.44. So that's what her portfolio is worth right now. To find the total return, that's how much money she made. So I take the money that I have now, and I have to subtract off what I actually invested. And what I actually invested is that $2,000, $1,000, $5,000, and you have to remember that you also invested 60 times $25 because you invested $25 a month for 5 years. So that works out to $9,500. So her total return is she's got $11,000 sitting in her account right now, but really she only made $1,683.44. Her rate of return. Your rate of return is found by taking your total return minus the $9,500, what you put in. So in other words, the total return, this, divided by what you originally put in. So this is going to be 1,683.44 divided by 9,500. And that gives you a decimal, 0.1772. And I multiply that by 100 to get the percentage. So the rate of return is 17.7% rate of return, which is not a bad rate of return really overall, 17%. So that's all you need to do to analyze a portfolio. You would also look at the type of account that they have, whether it was high risk or low risk, and how much money they put into high risk and how much money they put into low risk. And you can get into all that if you're comparing 2 different people. But really, you need to be able to find the total value of the portfolio right now, how much money they made, and what their rate of return was in order to know whether or not they made some good investments. So I hope this little video has helped you understand analyzing a portfolio a little bit better. And if you have any other questions, feel free to join me in AC and I will help you out there. Bye for now.